The Baltimore Ravens play in the city of Baltimore, which is in Maryland, which is in the United States of America, which is in North America, which is on Earth, which is in our solar system, which is in the Milky Way galaxy, which is in our universe. The Baltimore Ravens are in serious trouble. They're 1-3. The entire team is injured. Derrick Henry has jitters. The defense sucks. John Harbaugh has committed acts of terror on the city of Baltimore, and Lamar Jackson is hurt. Wow, what a season for my favorite team. A lot to unpack here. For starters, if we go back to the first game of the season against the Buffalo Bills, it was a fresh start to the year. A brand new year, the birds were chirping in the great city of Buffalo, and we are getting a rematch of the 2025 divisional round game. The first half of this game is very close, with the Ravens taking the lead in a half with a 20-13 lead. However, in the next quarter, for 26 minutes total, the Ravens were dominating the Buffalo Bills. Defensively and offensively, just dogging on the Buffalo Bills. Until approximately 2 seconds, under 4 minutes, Josh Allen on 4th and 2 throws a Hail Mary ball that is tipped and miraculously caught by Keon Coleman to give the Bills an 8-point deficit. Now, this shouldn't be a big deal. The Ravens have the ball with less than 4 minutes left. They can just run down the clock. They've been great on offense until Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. And from there on, it went downhill. They instantly get a touchdown. However, they don't get the 2-point convert and are down by 2 points. So, hey, the Ravens got the ball back again. But they go 3 and out. And on 4th and 3, around midfield area, they decided to punt the ball instead of going for it. Because John Harbaugh thought, yeah, our defense is going to hold them back. The defense has allowed 38 points this entire game. The offense has been great. And he punts the ball. It's done. They give the ball back to the reigning MVP, who is down 2 points with a minute left, easily drives down the field. Field goal, wins the game. Baltimore has made history to be the first team to blow a 15-plus point lead with less than 4 minutes left in the game and lose in regulation. That is impressive. Very impressive. They move on to the next week against the Browns. And for about 3 quarters, they were struggling offensively. However, they pulled through the 4th quarter and won, but it didn't show much of the Ravens here. It still showed a lot of frustrations offensively, and Derrick Henry once again fumbled. In 2 games this year, he has 2 fumbles. Compared to last year, we had a total of 3 fumbles. The Ravens are 1-1. They move on to face Detroit in Baltimore on Monday night. The game was very close, back and forth, but the defense of Baltimore looked horrible. And even when Lamar Jackson got touchdowns on drives, he looked frustrated on the sidelines. But then it came down to the 4th quarter. The Lions have a 4-point lead. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball again. 3 games this year, 3 fumbles. He's only fumbled 3 times last year. He's fumbled 3 times this year. It was done from there. The Lions get a touchdown. They win 38-30. I will say this, even though the game was close, the Lions were clearly the better team. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. The Lions were just better than the Baltimore Ravens, and it showed out for 60 minutes of this game. The Ravens now 1-2 like they were last year, but this time they got to go to Kansas City and face the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that has given Lamar Jackson trouble throughout his entire career. He is 1-5 against them. And after a good first drive to go up 7-0, it went all downhill from there. Lamar had a terrible interception. The defense was Swiss cheese. Derrick Henry was barely being used. And before you blink, it is 30-13 Kansas City Chiefs. And Lamar Jackson did get hurt. But even before he got hurt, this game was done. It was going to the 4th quarter, down 17. They were having nothing offensively. It was done. 30-13. Lamar Jackson's hurt. Game's done. Even with Lamar, the game was over. And honestly, there's some Ravens fans that think Lamar Jackson was actually just faking the injury because he was so pissed off and didn't want to play anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. I just know one thing. We're 1-3. The defense sucks. Zachary Orr has been a horrible defensive coordinator. And this genuinely might be John Harbaugh's last year as head coach in the NFL. Lamar is also hurt. The season is probably done. They're 3 games behind Pittsburgh. And you know they're losing at least 1 game against those sons of bitches. Absolute disaster. I think the locker room is in complete shambles right now. It looks like a lost season. I doubt they can do anything to be real contenders in the AFC. Even with Lamar back, the defense is so horrible, it doesn't matter. They're not going to beat Buffalo. They're not going to beat Kansas City. They're probably not beating the Chargers or the Colts. Yeah, the Colts. I said the Colts. I'm not beating that team either. Unbelievably bad. I really wish Mike Macdonald was back here. I really wish he was back here.
Mike, you there? I miss you. I want you back. You were right. It was my fault. You were always right. Please come back, Mike. Please, come back. Please, Mike, I'm begging you. Please, Mike! Please!
Yeah, the Ravens are pretty much cooked this year. Welp.